Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we really need to get our turmoil down. However, switching over to landed voting should help that, and hopefully getting regulatory bodies sometime after that. We'll need a political movement to make that happen though. So fingers crossed on that one. And we're keeping an eye on Chile here. We'd love to conquer them. Unfortunately, for the time being, that's probably not going to happen. So we need this war to end, right? And I think we're still truced, are we not? Okay, there's our landed voting. So, and there's our parties forming. So we need to hop into here and see if we can get oof. Do we have to wait out for an election here? Yikes on that legitimacy. Absolute yikes. Okay. I guess we have to wait out an election. That's going to be an exciting thing. Specifically because we're going to build up a lot of radicalism with our legitimacy this low. I feel like we should be able to hold an instant election, like a snap election, when we form the Republic, to not have this 6-month illegitimacy period. Because there's literally nothing we can do about this illegitimate government right now. We could bump it up a little bit, but we don't really have the finances for that right now. So we just have to wait out for the election at this point. That's all we can do. The good news is the election is only under 6 months away. So that is excellent. We don't need this government administration, do we? No, we don't. Or this furniture manufactory. Or this tooling workshop. The rest of this, I think we should go ahead and build. Cool. There we go. And we're going to get this oil rig finished up. Not that that's really going to help us at this point. Oil doesn't make that much money right now. So we get that done. We get our shipyards done. That'll all be good. Yeah, our government legitimacy is awfully low. Unfortunately, we just can't hold an election yet. The election is going to be in 6 months, and we just gotta wait it out. We have dropped our radicals a fair amount just by switching to a republic. So that's good. That is definitely very good. And this oil rig is going to be done in 7 weeks, and the shipyard in 25. Okay, noted. Enact racial segregation, huh? We'll pass on that. What we really want to do is get our birth rate up. That would be amazing. Oil discovered in Santa Cruz. We don't really care about that. Cool. I would love to get our radicalism down, though. I've been wanting to work on that for a really long time, and we've just not had the tools. So, fingers crossed that we can get that under control, get our loyalists up a decent amount. Although our loyalists have risen up somewhat. So that's good. The election is only 45 days out. Okay. So this oil rig is going to be completed shortly. And then our shipyard in Santiago. 20 weeks out. Looks good. We're also working on our tobacco plantations. This is where pretty much all of our remaining peasants are. So we're prioritizing constructing here. And that'll be great. Yeah, we have a lot of input goods shortages. Mostly we don't need to expand these things at this moment. Mostly what we need, well, is to balance our finances. That's our biggest issue right now. Balancing our finances would be huge. That would be really, really amazing if we could lower our taxes at this moment. Unfortunately, we can't. So the election happens, and let's see. The National Autonomist Party won with 78.1% of the vote. Okay, cool. 64 legitimacy. I like it. We'll confirm that. That puts us at a contested government. We can't quite make our way up any higher. So we can't quite make it up to a legitimate government, unfortunately. But we're close. Cool. So we'll continue to tick on forward here. And hopefully we'll see this radicalism really start to drop. That would be good. Actually, yeah, this number is going up quite a lot, I think. It's just kind of holding. But we are going to get this shipyard done. That will help us quite a lot with our clippers. Oh, that reminds me. We no longer have that revolution. We wanted to get rid of these naval bases. Get out of here, naval bases. That'll save us some money. Fantastic. Maybe get a couple of radicals from it, but whatever. Rubber has been discovered here. Brazil wants a defensive pact. I don't think that's tremendously useful for us. Brazil is actually the one that I'm more likely to be interested in attacking next, after Chile. So I think that we decline this. Cool. So that'll be fine. We're going to finish up our shipyards here in about 5 weeks. I do want to hop into our buildings and take a quick look through here. Just making sure that that's all good. We can't expand our gold mines any more than they already are, obviously. I'm just going to bump this down and then back up so that notification goes away. Cool. And our ports are currently on cargo ports, which is what we want. We want to be on infrastructure here. We could probably bump up to industrial ports once we finish up this shipyard, in theory. Textile mills need some work. We could go to potentially craftsman sewing. I don't think that's a good idea right now. And shipyards need to be separate. Arms industries can go down to repeating rifles. Cool. That all looks good. Excellent. So our radicalism is dropping off. Can we boost up our legitimacy anymore? No, we cannot. Untrained hands. Children working in the textile mills have suffered industries. I mean, that's about right. They've suffered injuries. Minus 10% dependence income. Okay. Keep the children off the factory floors. I'd like to see something good pop up over here. Large numbers of Platinian people, that's our people, have begun migrating to Cordoba. Okay, that's in our territory. Cool. So we should, in theory, be seeing huge migration, or at least some migration here. That would be really good. Wow. Those numbers are huge. Magnificent. We're not really seeing it pop in up here at this moment, but we'll keep an eye on that. 4.28. Cool. I'd like to see some political movements over here other than racial segregation. Unfortunate, but I guess it is what it is. Now, how many people of our culture actually exist in the world as a whole that aren't in our culture? Like, aren't in our area, right? So, this is in our territory. I believe. Yeah. Well, we are definitely gaining population from that. That's good. That's very, very good. More population in Cordoba is magnificent. I'm sure we've got lots of jobs available here. Yeah, in our logging camps, for sure. So that's great. We're finishing up that tobacco plantation right now, and we're getting a wheat farm next. 7 weeks on that, and then logging camps. So we're making good, fast progress over here now. Our GDP is really starting to come up because more workers are coming in, and we can definitely put those workers to work. How is this going on over here? So looking at this play here. So they're just going to be at war forever. Okay, we'll have to interfere in this. There are no possible diplomatic plays right now. We're still truced for another about a year and a half. So that's fine. We'll continue to construct, and we'll interfere in this. Alto Paraguay has found some oil. Okay, that'll be good later, but for now isn't huge. Oil Rush for 50% migration attraction. Triggers the event Oil Rush subsidies in 1825 days. Honestly, I like the migration attraction. We do have oil production up here already, right? Yeah, this is a location where we put oil rigs. So that's good. Oil is very cheap right now. There's not much that uses oil at this moment. So that's okay. That wheat farm finishes up, and the number of peasants here is dropping. Also dropping our deficit. I like it. And we're up to 4.33 million population. This is great. This is really, really good. France took on Luca's national debt. It would be nice if they'd take on our national debt, but whatever. It's okay. So our deficit is looking reasonable at this point. I do want to make our way through these logging camps and this livestock ranch. Yeah, this is definitely going much, much faster. We're now at 30 out of 31. I like it. And our construction queue actually went down to 237 weeks. That is a good gain. That is a very good gain. So let's finish up that logging camp in Santiago. We've got 2 more things that we're working on here, a livestock ranch and a sulfur mine. Now we're just building level 1 on all of these things for the time being. We want to get them auto-expanding. So looking at this wheat farm here, that's already full. We're down to 120k peasants. There's still lots of workers in Santiago. So we're very happy about that. 225 weeks on our construction queue now. Beautiful. What are we working on? Pneumatic tools? What does that do for us? Construction sector building throughput. It's 8 years on that. How long is it on steel frame buildings? Only 3 years. Let's actually swap over there. So we'll get that going. Beautiful. And our economy is definitely improving right now. Mostly due to this population growth. That is just chef's kiss. Magnificent. We're very, very happy about this pop growth. So our sulfur mines are going to be done in 13 weeks here. The mines definitely take longer than some of these other things, but that's okay. So how's our population looking in Cordoba? We actually have some unemployed here. Beautiful. 4.4 million. I like it. We've gained almost 250,000 from this migration. That's absolutely great. Really, really, really good. We are continuing to increase our construction a little bit, and this tech will be done in 3 years. That's fine. That will allow us to construct quite a lot faster. How are we doing on our GDP per capita? Number 12 worldwide. That's not bad either. And as we've gotten more workers, a lot of this stuff has eased up. I love it. That's also amazing. 7 weeks and 5 weeks on these constructions respectively. 205 weeks left on this construction queue. Beautiful. That's only like 4 years. So that's going to be really, really good. Once we get all of this finished up, we'll be in a really good spot. I would really like to see something other than just racial segregation here. Are we capable of proposing any of these institutions at this point? No, we cannot do regulatory bodies. We need an interest group to support it. Or a political movement. Okay. We could do no social security. I don't think that's super helpful at this moment. Oh, we can go to public health insurance, actually. So minus 5% mortality. Do it. Let's get that underway. Reducing our mortality would be amazing. That would be really, really good here. Oh, we popped positive there very briefly. That was slightly shocking to me. I didn't expect to do that right now. Graupara has begun improving relations. I don't care about that right now. And now we're positive. I actually didn't expect to be positive right now. It must be due to radicalism dropping, is all I can figure. I love it. That's very, very good. Our truce with Chile will be up eventually. And we're not currently ready to declare there, but we will be soon enough. And honestly, at the rate our economy is recovering here, by the time we get there, we'll be in a very good position economically. We're paying down our debt now. And that's great. Our interest will continue to recover at a reasonable pace. Not a huge pace, but man, it's this population. That's what it is. We've needed this for so long. Gold discovered in Cajamarca. That's in Peru, Bolivia. We don't have that yet. I don't know that we're going to get it before the end of the game, to be honest. Peru, Bolivia is a lot stronger than us. But we're definitely getting there. Afro-Caribbean people are moving to Sierra Leone. Okay, whatever. That's absolutely fine. So this coal mine in Patagonia is going to be done in 6 weeks, and this lead mine in 12. How are we doing up here now? 189 weeks on this construction queue. I love it. The gray days. Better road networks have led to an increase in Mendoza's traffic. I was just checking here to see what that infrastructure was like. The Catholic Church has suggested pollution concerns. 6,100 government expenses for 5 years. But we would decrease the pollution level in Mendoza by 50-50. What is the pollution level in Mendoza? I didn't even know that this game had pollution levels. Information? I don't see any pollution levels in here. We've got our arable land. We've got our urbanization. Maybe there isn't any right now. Be fruitful and multiply. 2% birth rate. For having at least plus 10 opinion with them. However, this would keep us over 10. Let's say no to that right now, and let's see if that gave us a pollution level. Not that I can see there. Well, now we know that there is a pollution level that is tracked. I don't know what it does, or how it builds up, but okay. That is a thing that exists. With us at 10.5k right now, in the positive, honestly, I want to expand our construction sectors. And Santiago is the place to do it. I'm going to build 2 additional construction sectors there. It's ambitious, but we're going to do it. So those are going to be done in just a couple of weeks, and they'll eat up this money for sure. No doubt about that. But man, 4.55 million. That's so good. And public health insurance, the chances on it are low, to be sure. Plus 10% workforce ratio for the trade unions. That isn't bad either. That's for sure. Cool. Things are going fairly well. We've gotten those constructions done at this point. So our construction sectors over here, we can take a look. Throughput plus 15% due to reinforced concrete. Cool. And they're still employing up. So it's going to be a little bit until this goes up. But we can now see 169 weeks in this construction queue. Excellent. We're hoping to see that radicalism continue to drop. And 55 is not better. Let's see if this passes. It probably won't. 16.2% chance right now. Injured farmers, huh? Plus 10% enactment success chance, or plus 2% mortality of laborers, farmers, and laborers in agriculture and ranching in Mendoza. Okay. Honestly, I think that's acceptable. 40% enactment success chance is huge. So let's go for that. And our construction is continuing to accelerate here. That's really good. So our construction is now up to 41. 42. Yeah, we now have a third construction that we're starting on. I love it. That's really great. Very happy to see that. Our balance is decreasing, of course. We fully expect that. Are we full up on our construction sector over here now? There's still a good number of peasants here. But no, there's still another 500 people that could be employed here. Now we're full. So 45 is about what we're going to get for the moment. But even so, that's down to 133 weeks. Now 130. Okay, plus 5% prestige. Sure. So a lot of these aren't going to make us all that much money, right? Do we still have the migration attraction here? No. Okay. So they're no longer migrating into Cordoba. They're migrating out, but they're spreading out in our territory now. So we ended up getting, what, 300,000 from that? That was extremely solid. I like it. So public health insurance is going to pass fairly soon. The Catholic Church is supporting this, as is helping the farmers. Great Britain ended their embargo with Sulu. Hilarious. And our GDP has skyrocketed. We have so many jobs available. The trade unions have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. We'll address it. We are in favor of the trade unions here because we want them to pass their regulatory bodies so that we can decrease our mortality. We want to both increase our birth rate and decrease our mortality. And it's going to be a thing. So we're going to need some amount of bureaucracy, right? Brazil wants a defensive pact again. We still decline that. I do not want that to happen. I do want our radicalism to drop. It has come up a little bit at this point. We're still chilling in a contested government, so that's understandable. 55% chance of passing our public health insurance, though. So let's see how that plays out. And we are, of course, spending down our credit at this point very slowly, but we are spending it down and reducing our interest payments. That's good. We want to increase the amount of money we're making. So that'll be great. Yeah, these logging camps are finishing up. And we're now down to 116 weeks in our construction queue. Cool. So I do want to check in on our buildings real quick here. Did we create any new building types that we need to set up? I don't think we did, but I just want to double check that. Okay, looks good. Could we get away with another construction sector? In theory, yes. In theory. We're about to pass our public health insurance, hopefully. Grassroots support for the law. Okay, the political wills and desires of the lower classes will always remain an opaque matter, indeed. So, plus 20% enactment success chance. Or 20% of lower strata pops in Araucania become more loyalist. No, we're going to go for the enactment success chance. It's now up to a 75% chance. It'll pass eventually. Let's go ahead and upgrade our construction sector here yet again. There we go. So that's 3 weeks out, and this fishing wharf is only 1 week out. Beautiful. So we're going to construct even faster now. We're going to have very rapid pop growth eventually. We're not quite there yet, but eventually we will. Cool. So there's another construction sector finishing. Inefficient agriculture, huh? Plus migration attraction. Done. We like migration attraction. Fantastic. So it is about time to put a cut in here. I was really hoping that public health insurance would pass by the time this episode was over, but I feel like we're in a good position right now. So we do definitely want to attack Chile and finish them off. I believe we are still truced there. It must have just ended. Oh, okay, this war is actually over. So we need to decide which state we want, but that is something for next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Ken2In, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisol, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.